I'm going to struggle with this shit. Can't do it. Son of a biscuit. The outer corner portion, should be sure Persian. Swatching and putting on my eyes can be toe-tootly. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have something so exciting to share with you guys. Something I honestly thought I was gonna get, and I thought they were gonna be complete pieces of garbage. I do not shop on AliExpress, but I saw these palettes when I was researching. It got me going into a rabbit hole. So, with that being said, I present to you Hojo Cosmetics. 4 of them. Are they not so pretty? I paid less than $5 a piece for these palettes. I have swatched them. I have not put them on my eyes yet. Swatching them and putting them on your eyes are 2 totally different things. They are called the Hojo Color Eyeshadow Box Palettes. They do have numbers. So you can get them. I think they only come as 4 packs, but I'm not 100% sure. There are several individual sellers that sell these palettes. I am going to drop down below in the description a link to the one that has the most reviews. I also sprung for some more products from these guys because I want to see if it's just a fluke with these eyeshadow palettes that they happen to be good, or if it is a whole brand discovery. As far as I know, AliExpress was the only place that I could find that had more of a range. They don't even have a website. That's a little bit concerning, but we're gonna try. Okay, we're gonna try. I have 4 different palettes here. We will start with number 1. So on the back of the palette, it does have a little indicator that tells you what number the palette is. If you look down there, that says number 8043-1. This is number 8043-1. If you can see, it's not as luxury feeling as the ZC Cosmetics by any means, but it's plastic, it's not metal, but it's only $4 and some change. So I want to say all 4 of these, mind you. That is the front of this palette. So pretty. And that is your palette. Then we're going to move on to 8043-2. So here is 8043-2 and 8043-2. 8043-3. And last but not least, 8043-4. Let's swatch some of these. Here is 8043-1. We have 8043-2. Next is 8043-3. And last but not least, we have 8043-4. Okay, sorry. I don't know what the hell's going on with my monitor, but it shut off on me. but I am dipping into that shade, which is out of the palette number 3. Have you guys heard, and this may be controversial, but I enjoyed the hell out of this show. It is on an Amazon Prime exclusive show, I believe, and it is called Them. That show. I am a horror lover, and at first it made me really uncomfortable. I don't want to say the wrong thing. This is why it could be a controversial opinion, but it is my opinion. At first, it made me very uncomfortable because it is so in your face about racism. It was almost offensive in ways, not to me, but to how bluntly they were just so open about it. The things that they said to this poor family. Oh, God, at one point, I don't want to give anything away because if you have not watched it and you can tolerate that subject being so boldly spoken about, I think it took place in, don't quote me, the 50s or somewhere around there, just based off of the way that everybody dressed is what I took from it. I'm not covering this very well. It's just so many thoughts at once. Okay, so the entire basis of the show is a family, a African American family that moves from the South, and I was completely ignorant on the fact that Compton used to be the way that they quote it, a rich white area. I had no idea. They move from down south to Compton. I'm still in the shade because I'm talking without giving anything away, because it very early on kind of sets you up to tell you what is kind of going to happen. But the whole show is about you experiencing what this poor family experiences. This man wants to make a better life for his family, and it happens, what really triggers it for them to move is their child is brutally murdered. I am not somebody that is sensitive to that, you know, I watch horror movies, so that happens in horror movies sometimes. I can't deal with it when it's kids, and I didn't know it was coming. Obviously, I had watched it before. But when I say it is brutal and it is hard to watch, it was tough. I'm going back into that does seem yellowish. So anyway, please be well aware of it is going to have things like that happen, and make sure you're okay with seeing it before watching it. However, I think that if you can tolerate subjects like that, it is a good show. And then they move into this neighborhood, and this whole neighborhood is so awful to this family, to the little girls. They have 2 little girls that are still alive. Oh my God, it was just so heartbreakingly compelling to see that humans could treat one another like that. You know, you hear about it and you know that it existed, but to see it actually come to fruition in you know, a show so realistically, it was tough. You know, it reminds me of Jordan Peele and how he addresses racism and issues with the world, but he does it in more of a present day atmosphere, and it just blows your mind. I am dipping into this shade. and that is in palette number 3. But when I walked in, like, I heard them saying the N word, and you know, I asked my husband, I'm like, what the hell are you watching? And because he doesn't normally watch, you know, stuff like that, and he said it's this new show on Prime. He's like, I started watching it and I'm just so into it. And you know, he kind of explained to me, I never watched the first like 4 or 5 episodes, so I still haven't, but I want to go back and watch them. And he said he kind of caught me up as to the basic gist of it, kind of like I told you with them moving, you know. So I kind of sat down and I was watching it, and then I got hooked. And it has a horror element to it. You know, they move into this house and the little girls start seeing things. And then at the same time, they're dealing with these awful people, these awful fucking people, which, if it makes you feel any better, most of them get theirs in the end. There were just some amazing moments in the show that you were just like literally going, yeah, and like screaming at the television when they fought back against them. I'm not going to say anything that's going to spoil the show if you do want to watch it. They hang these dolls, these rag dolls, and obviously they're meant to be African American rag dolls, and they hang them on the front of their porch, just in a like line, like they're hanging. And this bitch, she is such a bitch. They're going to walk into the house, and this rich white bitch comes walking out of the house, and she goes, are you ever gonna clean up that mess? And the wife says, it's not my mess to clean up. And she calls her the N-word. And she goes to her daughter, she goes, honey, go inside. And she just walks up to her and she nails her across the face. I got goosebumps. The little girl goes, that's right, mama, you kick her ass. It was just classic. Like, it was one of the, because it is a dark show, but it is one of the few moments that was like a feel-good moment where they were getting theirs back. I'm getting beside myself. So I am dipping into the darker, like reddish brown shade in palette number 4, and just kind of going down here, but I'm going kind of all the way over a little bit. So, but yes, if you like horror, or you know, anything, if you like Jordan Peele's stuff, I really, really, really think if you can tolerate it, that this show would have an impact on you. It was so well acted, and I had never seen any of the actors, honestly, except for the little girl. But the youngest girl, she cannot be more than 7 or 8 years old, and the emotion that she brought to that show was just incredible. These characters had such an emotional weight to pull. Like, you truly felt everything that they were feeling because it was acted so well. I am dipping into the deeper brown in palette number 4, but the father in the show, he is actually a rapper, and this was his first big thing that he did. You know, he had done some other smaller things, but he is actually a British rapper, and I was just shocked because for his first project to be like so well acted, it was just so good, so good. I feel like it got so many bad reviews, and my husband and I were talking about this, and some of the critics were calling it racist horror porn. And I said to my husband, I'm like, why though? Are they reviewing it badly because it made them uncomfortable? You know, that could be possible. But the fact of the matter is, it happened. And the, to see it from such a true, you know, not sugar coated aspect, I'm sure is controversial and I'm sure makes people uncomfortable. They're just very real and open about it. And it does have, you know, some of the horror aspects, which has nothing to do with, you know, the deeper side of things. But everything kind of ties back to that, you know, just metaphorical things. Like at one point, there's this wallpaper that this lady keeps picking at, and it's revealing, like, at first, you're not sure what it is, but then you realize that it's black mold behind it. And I didn't make the connection. And my husband, like, my husband said that's probably to signify the breakdown of her community, like, is what she views it as, because it was the rich bitch across the street that the woman punched. Okay, so as you can see, this whole video has gotten way off track. We are going back into palette number 4 with that same dark shade, and I'm pretty much almost done deepening it, but I just went in with a smaller brush because I'm going to do somewhat of a halo eye. One of my all-time favorite horror movies is Candyman, and Jordan Peele is redoing it, and I'm super stoked. I'm just so excited to see what he can do with his spin on something like that. I have often thought about same color starting, because I am so into movies, starting a second channel for like movies and horror related stuff. And I have a friend on here that told me, I said, you need to stop thinking about it, just do it. I'm like, it's easier said than done. I'm scared. You guys will have to let me know. Is that something you would watch? Would you watch me? There's like so much goodness in these palettes. You don't really know which direction to go. Okay, so I'm going to dip in to that color, that green color, and that is in palette number 2. Actually, girl. Wow. 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 So, just for shits and giggles, we're going to see what it looks like wet as well. That is incredible. Okay, and then I think I am going to pop a little of this in the center, and so pretty. Just kind of blend it out here. Talking. Made this video a lot longer than what it needed to be. So you can see where I popped that lighter color in. So now I'm going to just take the other side that doesn't have anything, and you can kind of see how that blends the harshness of that line away. And last but not least, I am going to go into this one, and that is from palette number 4. and just pop it right there. Ah, cheese and cupcakes. That is beautiful. You don't even have to wet these. I've shown you that. You do not have to wet these. Okay. All right, guys. I am going to finish this eyeball, put some liner on, put some lashes on, and then when I get back, we'll get into my thoughts. Hey guys, long time no see. So I have my liner on, I have my lashes on, and there is just a thing or two that I would like to do before we complete the look and get my final thoughts. I want to pop in a little bit from palette number 2, that first shade right there. It is a creamy ivoryish color, and just go right along the brow bone. And so now I want to go under the eye, but I am going to dip into that deeper green shade. And I am going to spray my pencil brush. Just put that green underneath of there. And then for my final touches, I just want to pop a little bit of a brighter color just in my inner corner. So I'm going to take palette number 4, dip into that one, which is a whitish green. This is my final look. Okay, guys, so my final thoughts. Wow, that's all I have to say. Wow, there really is one bad aspect. That's really it. The deeper shades, the mattes, they are very hard to blend pigment. You saw me try and build up the outer corner portion. It was packed on my brush. Those are the darker shades right here, and you put it on with a brush and it just kind of blends to nothing. See what I mean? Just kind of blends to nothing. I mean, that's honestly my only downside to these palettes. The metallic shades, incredible. I mean, incredible. Look at that green. For example, I grabbed my Kaleidos palette, my Club Nebula palette. That is the Kaleidos palette. But the one above and the one below, that is from a palette that you can get, I think it is 4 of them, for under $5. The only one I did not try ones from is palette number 1, which is a more purple palette because I really wanted to get into the greens. I mean, if there is any palettes or shades or anything that you want me to try with these products, let me know. Now the pluses. I mean, look at it. I mean, they're beautiful. They are absolutely beautiful for the price that you pay for them. And let me just show you a live swatch. So there's that. Holy shit, it's beautiful. They're beautiful. The packaging is beautiful. The color story of the palette is so pretty, and I am shocked. This is probably the find of 2021, and I will probably find it hard to find something better than these at this price. So like I said, I am going to link the AliExpress site that I know has this quality of palette. And I did order some more products. So I know that they shipped, and I'm super eager to see if the quality of the lipsticks, the other eyeshadow palette, I got a liner, I got, did I get a foundation? I think I got a foundation. Don't hold me to that, but I am eager to see if the quality adds up or even comes close to the quality of these eyeshadow palettes. So that being said, I appreciate you guys for watching. I appreciate you for listening to me talk about the show that I talked about. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts on my second channel. Is there movie lovers out there that would like to see me review movies, shows, do some fun videos like that? I would appreciate your feedback because they would be for you. I mean, I enjoyed the hell out of talking about stuff like that, but if nobody's gonna watch it, there's really no point. I will see you guys in my next video, and I love all of you, and thanks for watching. Bye, guys. Mwah.